The walk-on Indians won again last Friday night as they knocked off Dubuque Wahlert 64-21. We're with head coach Chad Beermann. And coach, I'll ask you a silly question. Is 702 yards of total offense and 64 points a recipe for a happy homecoming?
It was pretty good. It started out fairly close. I mean, they jumped out, ahead of us 7-0, and then we kind of went back and forth, and they ended up having a safety on a punt, and then it was 17-14 at one point, and then we started, got 24-14, and just kind of continued to pull away from them, and it was a good offensive night. And the defense struggled a little bit, but once we got the kids settled in and kind of figured out what we were seeing, the defense settled down and played better too.
What made your offense click so well last Friday night?
Well, we did a good job of breaking tackles in the open field. So, a screen that was maybe 10, 15 yards ends up going for a touchdown, or, pass down the middle that would have been about 20, 30-yard gain ended up being an 82-yard completion because Braxton broke like 3 tackles. And so our kids did a good job breaking tackles. The line did a great job of opening up holes, and Wahlert slanted their defensive line, and a couple of times we caught them and pinned their kids in and walled them down and kicked out. And we had 2 backs that each accounted for 240 yards apiece between Lincoln and Pat, with between receiving and rushing. So.
And nice thing about it, when you had an offensive night like that, 406 on the ground, 296 through the air, and it wasn't like it was 1 or 2 kids just getting it done. You got multiple people involved. How important is that moving forward?
Well, like I said, we spread it around, running pass, throwing it to different receivers, and then we got some kids in at the end. And actually, the last touchdown, Jacob Reagan threw it to Evan O'Neill, and it's kind of difficult when you got that point spread to let those kids play, but it was 3rd and long, and so we ended up calling a pass play, and Jacob threw a great ball, and Evan went up and got it, and then broke away for a touchdown. So it was great to distribute the ball with the starters, and then to get other kids in there and get them some carries and some receptions too.
And here you are with 2 weeks left in the season, and pretty much all of your season goals are still right in front of you. I'd imagine that's a pretty good feeling, correct?
Yeah, we told the kids coming into the Wahlert game that the district title goes through walk-on now. We'd set that up a couple of weeks ago, and with the win over NFE, and so anybody that wants to knock us off is going to come up there and do it. We got the game this week down at Jessup, and then Union's got to come in next Friday, and then that'll wrap up the district schedule, and then we'll see what happens with the playoffs.
And the Jayhawks, your opponent this week on the road. What do you know about Jessup? What stands out in your study of them?
We got some good athletes. They're the defensive end and offensive tackles. The kid that was the state shot and disc champion. They spread you out. They're usually spread trips or 2x2 almost the whole game. Big running back, and a decent offensive line, good size, and they'll get after you. They haven't come out on the top side of many of their games here since they got into district play, but they got some athletes that can pose some problems for us.
All right, Coach. Hopefully you can keep your winning ways on the road this week. Keep your kids healthy. We wish you best of luck.
All right, thank you.
It's the Indians and the Jayhawks here in week number 7.